Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're strapping in and hitting the nitro on a game that's just everywhere, Asphalt Legends.
Yeah, it really is. Millions of players.
Exactly. We've got a whole load of sources here looking at its huge evolution. And our mission today is pretty straightforward. How did this game go from being, the king of mobile arcade racers to this massive cross-platform live service beast?
Right.
And maybe more importantly, how does it stay so popular? What's the secret sauce keeping it one of the world's most played racers?
It's a fascinating story, and it's way more than just a tech upgrade. It's a fundamental shift in strategy, really. Gameloft built this very distinct identity way back with Asphalt Urban GT.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Super fast cars, those over-the-top nitro boosts, the cinematic flair, and physics that were always about fun, pure arcade spectacle, not simulation.
Definitely not sim racing.
Not at all. And having that strong established core made the big move in 2024 actually, possible.
And big move feels like an understatement. It wasn't just a little update.
No, it was huge. A full relaunch, repositioning as Asphalt Legends Unite. Gameloft was really clear about it in their announcements around July 2024.
What was the message?
They were basically saying, we're not mobile first anymore. The goal is to be truly platform agnostic. So the same experience, same time, across Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and mobile too, of course.
That's a bold play, taking on the console space directly.
A very aggressive play, challenging the established console racers on their home turf.
Okay, so let's get under the hood now. What's the core gameplay engine? What keeps players coming back day after day, race after race?
I think it boils down to this blend of instant reward and long-term goals. The main driver is you've got these really short, intense races you can be in and out in, 90 seconds?
Super quick.
But that's paired with this incredibly deep roster of cars to collect and these really complex ongoing upgrade systems. It's like a quick dopamine hit combined with that long-term collector's itch.
And they've kept those classic asphalt mechanics, right? They didn't try to make it Forza Light or something.
Yeah, no, definitely not. The core stuff, managing your nitro, pulling off stunts for points, the signature drifting, those crazy tracks, that's all still the heart of it.
Okay.
But what keeps people engaged long-term, beyond just the quick races, is the sheer variety of modes. You've got the career mode for progression, proper multiplayer, daily events for rewards, the really tough gauntlet mode.
And the seasonal stuff, too.
Exactly. The rotating seasonal events like the Grand Prix or the special events, there's always something pushing you to log back in, maybe multiple times a day.
Right. This is where it gets technically really interesting for me. Because taking that proven mobile formula and making it work and feel good on powerful consoles and PCs, that must require some serious engineering behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely. There have been some key innovations mentioned in the sources that were crucial for this cross-platform push.
Like what?
Well, the big one that jumps out is the introduction of EVO tuning.
EVO tuning. Hold on, that sounds kind of simulation-y for an arcade racer, doesn't it?
It does sound like it, yeah. But it's less about realism and more about control and balance. It lets players tweak how their car actually behaves. Stuff like drift angles, nitro efficiency, steering responsiveness.
But why add that complexity? Isn't the whole appeal the simplicity, the pick-up-and-play chaos?
It might seem counterintuitive, but think about cross-platform play. You've got people on consoles with controllers, maybe even racing wheels.
competing against mobile players using touch controls. Huge difference.
Precisely. EVO tuning becomes a really important tool to help level the playing field, to balance car performance across those massively different input methods. It's especially critical for making esports viable.
Okay, that makes sense. What else technically?
Beyond tuning, they had to work on new track physics, make things react properly on different hardware, and maybe most importantly for competitive play, significantly improve the netcode.
Ah, netcode. The magic word. Everyone says improved netcode, but why is it so vital and difficult for a game like Asphalt? More so than, say, a turn-based game.
Because speed and physics make latency the absolute enemy. In a racer this fast, with cars constantly bumping, drifting, boosting, if there's even a slight delay.
Your takedown doesn't register, someone hits nitro slightly before the server sees it. Chaos.
Exactly. Takedowns might fail, shockwave boosts might desync. Asphalt is all about split-second reactions and close calls. The netcode has to handle an insane amount of rapid changes, position, speed, collision state, boost state in real time consistently across potentially 4 different platforms. That's a massive, mostly unseen technical challenge. Requires huge investment.
That investment leads us nicely into the whole cross-platform strategy itself. Can you walk us through that launch timeline? It seemed a bit complex, launching as Unite and then changing back.
Yeah, it was definitely a carefully managed process, very deliberate. They hit consoles and PC first with the Unite branding in July 2024. That was the big statement launch.
Signaling the change.
Right. Then they rolled it out to other places, like the Switch. But interestingly, after that initial launch phase, they kind of quietly shifted back to just Asphalt Legends for the main branding, while still keeping up that aggressive cross-platform support and content parity. So Unite was maybe more of a launch banner to highlight the new direction, but the core Asphalt Legends identity won out.
So why go through all that hassle? I mean, the technical complexity, the QA nightmare of testing on so many platforms, managing live ops across everything, just to be everywhere. What's the real payoff?
It's not just one thing, it's several layers. On the surface, yeah, bigger audience, more potential players. Simple enough.
But there's more to it.
Definitely. The deeper play is about strengthening the entire ecosystem. Going cross-platform gives a massive boost to their esports potential serious competition, just works better on PC and console setups.
True.
And crucially, it fuels the creator economy. Streamers playing on high-end PCs, people grabbing quick races on mobile. The game becomes visible and discoverable from every angle. It feeds itself.
But isn't that a huge gamble? You're taking this, established mobile game that probably makes good money.
A cash cow, yeah.
And throwing it into the deep end on PC and console, where player expectations around free-to-play, monetization, progression, they're just different. Didn't they risk ticking off their loyal mobile players with such a massive change?
That's the core tension, absolutely. It's a huge risk. I think they tried to manage it by sticking very closely to their established live service model, the playbook they already knew.
Okay, let's talk about that playbook. The money side. How does it work?
Well, it's the classic free-to-play approach. Cosmetics are there, sure, you can buy visual stuff, but the real engine for both progression and revenue seems to be the system for acquiring cars, specifically vehicle blueprints.
The blueprint grind.
Yep. Plus event passes that give rewards over a season and time drops opportunities to get rare, powerful cars, often locked behind events or specific currencies.
So it's fundamentally about progression, about getting better cars. What keeps people invested in that treadmill long term? Must be the content pipeline. And it sounds like IP collaborations are a massive part of that.
Massive is putting it mildly. They seem to treat these collaborations not just as fun extras, but as core strategic pillars. We've seen some really big ones recently.
Like the Lego one?
The Lego Technic events, yeah. Those looked technically really interesting. And the Hololive production crossover tapping into that huge VTuber audience.
VTubers and racing, okay.
Plus ongoing partnerships with car brands, the Lamborghinis, the Bridgestones of the world, prestige partnerships.
What's really interesting there is the ROI on those collabs. It's clearly more than just getting a few extra downloads when the event drops, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. It's very targeted. Yes, these events cause big spikes in player numbers and engagement, but they're also laser focused on pulling in specific, often very dedicated niche communities. Well, a Holo collab isn't just attracting general gamers, it's specifically pulling in devoted VTuber fans. They might come for the exclusive haul of cosmetics or cars, and then, maybe, they stick around.
Same for Lego, I guess. People who like the building the collecting aspect.
Exactly. It attracts a different mindset. And this cross-pollination is gold for content creation. Suddenly you have VTuber fans watching Asphalt streams or Lego fans checking out gameplay. It generates tons of discussion and video content outside the usual racing game bubble, makes the game feel relevant in different cultural spaces.
Which connects directly to the creator side of things. They have this official creators program. Sounds like they're actively managing that content flow.
It looks like a very deliberate strategy to manage content velocity, yeah. The program gives creators things like early access to updates, special in-game perks, maybe even direct lines to the developers.
So they know it's coming.
Right. And that turns these top streamers into basically reliable content engines. They get the info out early, build hype, show off new cars or tracks.
Which fuels discovery for potential new players.
And helps existing players plan. If you know which car you'll need for the next big event, thanks to a creator's preview, you can start saving or grinding. It keeps players engaged and strategically planning. It's a neat, self-reinforcing marketing loop.
Okay, reality check time. We need to hit the brakes a bit because no big transition like this is perfectly smooth. Looking at community feedback, Reddit, reviews, forums, what are the recurring complaints? Where are the pain points after this big cross-platform push?
Yeah, looking through those sources, the main friction point seems to be where the sort of mobile-style economy clashes with the expectations of console and PC competitive players. Well, players mention bugs after updates, which is pretty common. But the deeper complaints often revolve around matchmaking feeling unfair and sometimes UI issues, especially when new systems are added. The core problem, I think, is that the progression system, heavily based on grinding or paying for blueprints to speed things up, was designed for mobile players, potentially used to time gates or paying to progress faster. Exactly. Now throw those players into the same pool as competitive PC players who might expect a more level playing field in ranked modes, where skill is paramount. That's where you get frustration.
Right. You have new console players potentially running into mobile veterans, the so-called whales, who've maybe spent years or significant money maxing out the best cars. Matchmaking has a nightmare trying to balance that.
Precisely. How do you balance based on skill versus car progression level versus platform input method? It makes competitive modes feel really daunting, maybe even unfair, for newcomers on console or PC. This is probably the single biggest hurdle for any mobile game trying to make a serious play on console with a similar monetization model.
So handling player churn, keeping people from quitting out of frustration, that becomes absolutely critical. How does Gameloft keep players on board when these problems inevitably surface?
It comes down to speed and transparency, really. They have to patch things quickly, targeted fixes. And they must be transparent in the patch note. Don't just say fixed bugs. Explain what the issue was, maybe why it happened, and how the fix works.
Builds trust.
Absolutely. And using that creator community, again, is key here. Getting accurate info out quickly through trusted creators can help manage expectations and counter negative sentiment. And to be fair, the sources suggest they are responsive. Big updates, like the legacy of speed mentioned in the notes, show they're willing to make larger structural changes based on feedback, not just quick fixes.
Okay, so with this focus on different platforms and trying to balance competition, it feels like esports is a natural direction. What are they doing there? How serious are their ambitions?
They're definitely dipping their toes in, maybe more than dipping. We've seen specific console-focused events, things like PS5 exclusive tournaments, global finals linked to the big seasonal events. It's often highlighted in their news updates.
So testing the waters.
Feels like it. A strategic testing ground. See how stable the competition is, how the balancing works in a high-stakes environment, before maybe committing to something much larger, like a full league structure.
What makes Asphalt, an arcade racer, actually appealing to watch as an esport compared to, say, hyper-realistic sims?
I think the arcade physics are actually its strength for viewership. It's immediately understandable. Fast, lots of action, crashes, near misses.
Visually exciting.
Very. And races are often decided by really dramatic moments, a perfectly timed shockwave nitro down the final stretch, a clutch takedown. It's instant visual drama that anyone can grasp. Easy to digest spectacle.
But what do they need to nail down to make it a serious esport?
Two main things, based on typical esports growth. First, they need a really stable, consistent competitive rule set. Everyone needs to understand how tournaments work, what's allowed, etc. Second, and this is crucial for cross-platform, rock-solid anti-cheat measures across all platforms. Cheating kills competitive integrity.
Absolutely. And underpinning all of this The cross-platform gameplay, the constant events, the potential esports scene is all that background tech work, the stuff players never see, the silent engineers, as we sometimes call them.
Yeah, the invisible foundation. It's immense. You're talking multi-engine optimization, making the same game run well on a low-end phone and a high-end PC or console. That's incredibly complex.
Plus, dealing with huge game assets on console.
Right, efficient asset streaming so the game doesn't stutter loading massive tracks or detailed car models. And maybe the most critical piece for a live service game, sophisticated live ops tooling.
Meaning the tools the developers use internally.
Exactly. Tools that let them launch global events, manage different event passes, drop limited time offers, synchronize everything across all platforms simultaneously, ideally without downtime or major screw-ups. That internal tech infrastructure is the unglamorous backbone that makes all the flashy, fast-paced fun possible.
So, wrapping this all up, what's the big picture takeaway here for someone listening, maybe a player, maybe someone just interested in the games industry?
I think Asphalt Legends is basically a case study in the modern racing game playbook. It really shows how a long-running franchise can evolve, embrace cross-platform, become driven by creators and collaborations, but still keep its core identity, that arcade heart.
It's a template for survival and growth in the live service era.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for franchises that started on mobile and want to expand.
Okay, so based on everything we've dug into, let's offer some practical tips for you, the listener, if you're playing Asphalt Legends or thinking about jumping in. 4 quick ones. Tip 1, get good at nitro timing.
Yeah, don't just mash the boost button. Be strategic, that big shockwave boost. Save it for long straights where you get maximum value, or for crucial moments like overtaking a rival near the finish line or during tough event challenges.
Tip 2, prioritize the limited time events.
Absolutely, especially those big IP collaborations like the Lego or Hololive ones we mentioned. That's often your best or sometimes only chance to get exclusive cars, blueprints, or cosmetic items without an insane grind or spending real money. Focus your playtime there when they're live.
3rd tip, engage with an official creator community.
Seriously, do it. Following a few top Asphalt streamers on Twitch or YouTube gives you a huge advantage. You'll get early intel on upcoming events, know which cars will be needed, see strategies for tough races. It helps you plan your grind and use your resources way more effectively.
Saves you time and frustration. And a bonus 4th tip.
If you're really focused on the competitive side, maybe give the console-specific events a try when they pop up. The player pool might be smaller, but often it's more focused on pure racing skill. You might find fairer matchmaking there, and sometimes the prize pools are pretty good too.
Good advice. Okay, let's leave everyone with a final thought to chew on. Given this aggressive move, cross-platform, live service, constant collabs, how dominant could a franchise like Asphalt Legends, born on mobile, actually become on console and PC in the next few years? Can it truly rival the established giants?
And maybe a more personal question for you listening. What's the dream collaboration that would get you hooked or pull you back into Asphalt Legends? A specific car brand, a movie tie-in, anime crossover? Let us know.
Keep racing, keep thinking, and we'll catch you in the next deep dive.